Good morning. This is Kavipriya, Assistant Professor, EC Department. Today I am going to discuss about the topic digital multimeter. It comes under the subject Basics of Electrical Engineering and Instrumentation, and it is in Unit 5 Measurement System. So first, what is a multimeter? So it is an instrument. It is used for measuring the electric current. It also measures the voltage and also it measures the resistance. So it can be provide the values of current, voltage and resistance over a several range of values. So why it is called as a multimeter? Because it can make many tests. We can even call this multimeter as a multi-tester. So when measuring resistance, it acts as a ohm meter. While measuring the voltage, it acts as a voltmeter. So it can be used to perform several measurements. We can use this multimeter to perform several measurements. So it can measure voltage, it can measure ohm resistance. So while measuring this resistance, we call it as a ohm meter. For voltage, we call it as a voltmeter. So it is a mixture of things like volt, ohm meter or VOM. And this is a types of the multimeter. The first one is the analog multimeter and second one is a digital multimeter. In analog multimeter will be having a needle, and the needle calibration indicates the actual value of the quantity that is going to be measured, whereas in case of digital meter there will be a digital values will be there, which is more advantageous when compared to the analog multimeter. So an analog multimeter uses a needle that moves along a scale to indicate the value of measurement. Analog multimeters are cheaper and it is more durable but more responsible than the digital ones. Whereas digital multimeters are a measuring instrument. It can measure the quantities like voltage, current and resistance. The measured values will be shown on the digital display, allowing the users to read the values easily and directly even by the first time users. So even though analog multimeter is more cheaper and durable, and it is more responsive, but in case of analog multimeter we have a drawback that there is a chance for the human made errors. So there is a chance for the parallax errors, which is overcome in case of the digital multimeter, since we have a digital display in case of digital multimeter. So each and even a first user can use this digital multimeter and they can measure the quantities. And next one is the types of a digital multimeter. First one is a fluke digital multimeter, second one clamp digital multimeter, and third one is a auto ranging digital multimeter. And next is a block diagram of the digital multimeter. So in this block diagram, we'll be having this constant current source, we'll be having a buffer amplifier, we'll be having this calibrated attenuator, current to voltage converter, and we'll be having a rectifier circuits, analog to digital converter, and finally we'll be having a digital display. And we'll be having input probes where the components can be connected. So digital voltmeter, next one is the working principle of digital voltmeter, digital multimeter. Digital multimeter measures the electrical values with more precision and accuracy. So we can see what is the working of this DMM. First one is for voltage measurement. The input is connect the multimeter probes to the voltage terminal, and the operation is that it measures the potential difference between the 2 points in a circuit, and also it displays the voltage in volts on the digital screen. Second one is a current measurement. So the input probe will be connecting the break the circuits and will be connecting the multimeter in the series. It measures the flow of electric charge and it displays the current in amperes. For resistance measurement, in case of the input part, will be connecting the multimeter probes to the resistance terminal and it measures the opposition to the flow of current. It measures the value of resistance and it will be displaying the resistance in the ohms on the digital screen. For continuity test, will be connecting the probes to the 2 points in a circuits, and will be checking if there is a complete path for the current flow. So usually an audible beep or visual indicator will be there for indicating the continuity test. And next is for diode test. We'll be connecting the probe of the multimeter to the diode under the test. It determines if the diode is working function properly or not, and it shows the forward voltage drop. And next is for capacitive measurement, we'll be connecting the multimeter probe to the capacitance terminal. It measures the capacitance of the capacitor in the circuit, and it will be displaying the capacitance value in the farads on the digital screen. For temperature measurement, you will be using a temperature probe or thermocouple. It measures the temperature at the probe, and will be displaying the temperature in degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. For frequency measurement, we'll be connecting this input terminals of the multimeter to the frequency terminals, and will be measuring the frequency of the AC signal, and it will be displaying the frequency in hertz on the digital screen. So overall, digital multimeter provides a precision reading, making it versatile tool for troubleshooting, and also it measures the electrical parameters in the circuit. So it measures the capacitance, it measures the resistance, it checks the diode functionality, it measures the frequency, and it also measures the voltage across the terminals. So it can measure the electrical parameter, and also it is used for troubleshooting. And next is the advantages of digital over analog multimeter. The readings are more accurate and fast compared to the analog meter, and the users can easily understand the readings, and even if the beginners can easily understand the readings, it is more advantages of the digital multimeter. Third one is it is smaller in size and it is cost effective. It can measure both AC and DC voltages. It provides us precise and the accurate values. So that's all about the construction, working principle, types, and also the advantages of the digital multimeter compared to the analog multimeter. Thank you.